Can I just say how much the Haste soundtrack slaps? And I get to hear it all stream today? Let's fucking go. Welcome back to Everyday August. We're at day 20. In like one day, it will be 3 weeks. So I'm looking forward to finally finishing Everyday August. That intro is sick. It slaps so hard. It's so good. Genuinely, what are you even talking about? Squawk, you're going to get dementia at 40. Such dedication, man. I know. We've also hit $1,000 on Monday. That's crazy. If we hit 1.1, I'm getting into my stretch goals. So if I hit 1.1, I'm gonna have to play every single FNAF game on stream. Not at once, but eventually all of them. So maybe donate to charity. That's crazy. FNAF Day again. It's not a day. I have to play all of them. But yeah, I haven't thought of anything for 1.2 yet. Pokemon living decks, where I have to get every single Pokemon in a living dex. I've already done that. Oh, I hit my camera by accident. Whoopsies. Anybody? Anyway, we're playing Haste today, and if you weren't aware, we played that on the 31st of July, the day 0 of Everyday August, so I didn't have anything particularly planned today, so I'm just gonna play some Haste, because I liked it. I don't see why not, you know? It was a very fun game. What are you inflicting upon Squawk? I'm not inflicting anything on Squawk. I'm just saying Squawk's gonna get dementia at 40. From arthritis. No, the thing is, I said both. I said both arthritis and dementia. So, sorry Squawk, I don't make the rules. Also, fish. But yeah, I say we boot up Haste and we get back into it. I beat 2 shards. Like, the game was relatively easy. Like, I had no trouble playing it. So, maybe we'll just beat the game today. Who knows? But we switch over. I forget that my thing doesn't work properly. My Starlight Foundation Stream Deck thing doesn't, like, when I hit the gaming scene, it doesn't mute my music or pause it. So it's fine. But it's been a whole 20 days or 3 weeks since I played Haste. If I was playing Haste tomorrow, it would be 3 weeks. Hello, Haste? Come back to me, Haste? Haste! Haste is not responding! Haste! Haste, no! Come back to me. Why are you broke? Here we go. So you also just followed that trace of Zoe here. Yes, it's strange, isn't it? I don't know anything about all this traveling between worlds stuff. But you seem to, and seem to know her. Were you also some kind of courier? No, I haven't moved between worlds before either. But I knew of her from her letter delivery and stuff. There's something you're not telling me. It's just a lot to explain, and I'm rattled. Oh, Zoe. I'm back? Ooh, I'm back! Oh, thank the sun and the rain. I can finally breathe again. I have to go back there. Yes, you do. I have to find... what was it again? Niada? And a way for us out of this. What happened? I don't remember what I did last time. I also don't remember how to play the video game again. I think I gotta head over there. Alright, we lock the fuck in. Oh yeah, spacebar is go down. Ouch. Alright, we lock the fuck in. Alright. I'm locking the fuck in. It's time. I'm gonna remember how to play. Do you guys think I'm gonna be cracked at this? Locked in. I am locked in. Because I discovered how to actually play the video game this time. Oh. I feel like that was about to be the end of me. I thought I almost hit the tree branch. Oh. What is all these fucking Eyes of Sauron? Oh yeah. Does that help? Hell yeah, it does. Hey, rank. I'm kind of balling. Oh, question mark? Or do I just go for it? Do I just go for it? Chat, should I just go for it? Do I hit both evils? I could do that. Fuck it, we ball. This seems like a terrible idea. Trial and error. While handing Zoe their most recent experimental device, Gan puts a disturbing amount of emphasis on how error is a crucial part of trial and error. On non-perfect landings, give 10% chance to gain 20% boost for 3 seconds. On non-perfect landings, 1% chance to lose 20 health. Fuck it! We ball! I'm going to explode. We'll find out. Basically, if I don't get perfects, I might take damage. But it will probably be fine. What the hell is this shit? Electricity. Alright. I'm bowling. What? Did I not grab onto that? Like, what the hell? Ah, it's whatever. Who needs fucking anything? I'm getting perfects always? Guys, I'm just perfect at this game. What can I say? Fucking we ball is the theme for today. Hell yeah, it is. It's the theme for every day of my life. S rank! Let's go. We love S rank. Oh, I'm in the shop area. Hella yeah. On run 20, 100 meters, gain 5 energy. On perfect landing, that is pretty good. I'm gonna buy that. Invulnerability, every perfect landing, that is really good, actually. I'm not even gonna complain about it. See? Invulnerability is really good. But I'm not gonna get hit either anyway, so like, why would I care? Oh, that was okay. Oh, wait, why are my shoes orange? Why were my shoes? Was it because I was going like really fast or something? I'm not dying yet. I'm locked in. Oh, I'm so locked in. Okay. I'll take a B. That's fine. A B is completely fine. I gotta say, I really do like this game. I have the soundtrack downloaded to my streaming music service. So I'm pretty happy about that. Have I actually taken any damage from the non-perfect landings? Like that, is that a thing that I can actually do? Is that a thing that actually happens? Because I've had very fortunate luck right now, I think. Oh boy. I also forgot that I have like a whole hoverboard thing that I'm not using. Boost! Whee! God, this game is just fun, you know? Everybody should go and get haste. What is this? Oh, it's the danger level. I remember. Danger level. When does it start getting hard? I guess is the question. Because these are supposed to be the difficult levels, and so far I haven't really had any difficulty with them. What is this? trying to remember. You jinxed it? Oh, I hope not. I'm really good at doing that, actually. Ooh. Boost. You know, we take those. Where am I going? There it is. Located. A C rank isn't that bad. 115% item rarity? What difficulty level did you set it to? I don't know. Gain 3%. On close call, gain 10% boost for 20 seconds? On Spark, pickup, gain 1% boost? That could be really good. But I always do get, like, the close calls. I don't know what difficulty... Like, what... Is it... How do I check that? I'm assuming normal difficulty? I don't know. Friendly looking star! Oh my god, that looks just like a YouTuber's icon that I know. That's crazy. On Spark, pick up, restore 1 health. That would have been so good. Maybe I'll keep my Sparks for now. That seems like the best play. Alright. Where am I going? Which way? Oh, check it. Is it just me or am I going really fast right now? Is this the power of the boost? Is this the boosts? Oh, come on, I was gonna get a really good perfect from that. This is the power of the boosts. Okay, no, it definitely is my close calls. Woo! That was not a close call. It's fine. That was my bad. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. I mean, all things considered, A rank for that sort of level, 60%. If at full health, gain 15% boost for... Ooh, that could be really good. Fuck it. I'm not at full health, but like... Hi? Who are you? What are you? Nah. Can I help you? Can you speak? Oh, I'd rather you didn't come any closer. I don't think... Where did all those arms come from? I have to get out of here. What the fuck? Hello? Oh, hey, it's dangerous out here. You gotta try to get somewhere safe. Hello? Do you hear what I'm saying? I'd tell you to give up, but there's no point. I know it looks bad, but I'm trying to find a way to stop this. You are too worried. I am one of us who will keep trying. Who must keep trying. You were with them, the machine people! Yes, I'm with the agency. And now I'm leaving. Wait! Who was that? The machine people. Ooh, law. Ooh, law. Law is occurring, guys. Ooh, I don't want to get hit by big fuck-off lasers. Oh! Big fuck-off pit! I'm going, like, really quickly. What the hell? This is what boost means? My god. I didn't realize that this game was... You could go this fast. Close calls. Oh yeah, and... Oh wait, do I still have that thing that makes me potentially die from getting not perfect landings? Because that's crazy. I'm just balling. Look at this. S rank in this shit. Race results. The captain is deeply disappointed that the gliding glamour, who seems to be Daro, declined to race him. He had even prepared a special air flotation device that he had found, although he refuses to say where. I could just free? A free 10% energy? Cool. Sure. I don't use energy that much anyway. I guess I'll take it. Uh-oh. Wait, I'm fine, actually. What the hell are these things? What the hell is this? One day I'll play the Devil May Cry series of games. Oh. Can I make it without... Yes, I can. Hell yeah. Boosted. Maybe I should have gotten the one with the sparks. Actually, fuck the one with the sparks. Apparently, close call was the way to go. Boost! Even though I don't really need to boost. I just need to use the energy, because I'm literally not using the energy. It's so good. Oh, it's this guy again. You again. Yeah, I think it's best if you keep your distance. You're not after me, are you? What's that? There's something on your hand. A beetle? That's a butterfly. What does it mean? Who are you? Uncertainty principles. Gan has a supposedly important question for Zoe. What causes anything to happen in the world? Taking action causes consequences, or it's all infinite chain reactions. I'm gonna get 50% luck. What does luck do? What does luck mean for me? Because I don't think, like, I'm not using any energy anyway. So, what does luck mean? Is that just like items? Why do I get so much fucking... I'm just getting free energy right now. What the hell is this? Why am I getting so much energy? Whoa. It wanted me to go between. That's crazy. Alright, I'm locked the fuck in. Maybe. I'm going so fucking fast. Wahoo! Oh, was that a close call? I don't know. Oh, that was an okay. Who cares? I'm still bowling. I'm still getting the S ranks. That's what matters. That is what matters in this game. That's all that matters. Oh shit, am I fighting? Jumper. Wait, haven't I already fought the jumper? Yes, I'm pretty sure I have. Right? Am I crazy for thinking that? Yeah, look, there it is. Hello, Jumpy. It's a rematch? Whoa. What the hell? That was... Oh, wait, there's so many of those. Okay, good. I actually made it past the big fuck off thing. I'm getting close calls everywhere. Oh god, here it comes again. Maybe? Oh, they're rotating! I see the issue there. Feel like it jumped difficulties? Maybe. But I still got this. Check this shit out. Who needs to recover health? Oh, what? I'm dying from that? Fuck, maybe I did need to recover health after all. Jump, please. Alright, never mind. We're goated. Yippee! First try! First try! Didn't lose any lives. First try. Transition slingshot. Void charger. I'm getting like a bunch of items. See this shit? 0 deaths, 100 damage taken. I didn't get any bad landings. This is fine. I'll take it. We ball. What can I say? I'm kind of goated at this game. Maybe we'll just finish the game. Ah, you're back. Be quiet, sapling. There's a strange man about. Strange man? How did he get here? Does he know a way out of this loop? What? You have to be more careful with strangers, you know. He could be anywhere around here. Even right behind you. Get back, vile creature. It's the captain. You know this man? Know me? She's the most trusted member of my crew. His crew? Oh, have you joined a gang? He just talks like that. You going to help us put things right, Captain? If my crew is in desperate need, I'll do whatever it takes to aid them. Oh, so he might be helpful. He seems a little erratic, but there's no need to hide from him, I think. Oh my god, there's an endless shard. You want to see how far you can truly run. No, I'm here to beat the game. Oh shit. Wait, we live these! Oh, I feel so slow now. What the hell? I feel so slow after having, like, all of that boost. What? The fuck? That's number 4, right? Hello? What? Why did I bounce off of it? I was in the middle of doing it. I was going in. Alright, we ball. The snowy region. Oh shit. Oh, we take those. I don't care if I'm getting okays. This may have been a mistake. No, I'm alive. Baby? Shit, wait, hold on. The void is right behind me, isn't it? It's fine. I'm balling still. That fucking detour bullshit I had to go through. Uh-oh. This snowy region is like way more difficult to deal with. Alright. Look. I don't care for the E rank. All things considered, I beat it. I wasn't expecting to beat it. Oh, there's a split path? Fuck it. Sometimes I feel like I shouldn't be doing this. Learning to fly, Zoe finds Dara relaxing on a tree branch, despite the world around her being completely unstable. She is in no hurry, since she has already found a portal out. There's no choice but to cross. Challenge? I have to do a challenge? Find the portal. Oh. Oh, fuck. I just died. I just lose. I lost the challenge because I just decided to jump off the world. Whoopsie. Oh, and now we're in one of these. I don't have any items. This is bad for me. I'm running this normal mode. Oh! I can't see with the darkness there, man. Don't trip. I'm trying not to now. How are you doing? That's a fucking black hole? Alright, we live in. How is that a perfect? I have fried chipkin. Awesome. We love fried chicken. Chimkin. Oh, there's the portal. I see it. Whee! We take these. A rank. Ooh. Performance-based health insurance. On close call. Oh wait, no, this is good. That is a good one. It's every close call you get extra boost or whatever the fuck. So all we gotta do is close call a bunch. And I'll get boost. Ah, the boost is shown on my shoes. You know, that's what like the orange was on my shoes. You see, it's orange. When I get a close call, it activates boost shoes. This makes sense. Yes. I thought it was, but I couldn't be certain because obviously I had never experienced anything like that before. Boost shoes. I do. Is that a fucking... Okay. It's fine. I'm not dead. We take those. No, I'm gonna get a C rank because I'm so fucking slow. Let's go. We take the B rank. The brank. We're winning. You know? There's gonna be another flawless victory. I mean, not flawless, but like... Is this gonna be another first try? Jesus. Boost! Let's not hit these. Bad idea. Having the energy for this sort of stuff is crazy. Whoa. I don't know how I survived any of that. What am I doing? How am I alive right now? I go this way. Extra boost. Oh yeah. This is just cooler Subway Surfers. Alright. I keep pressing W, expecting like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to run forward. But no, it's an auto runner. Oh, check this out. Boom! Boost. Was it worth it? Probably not. Alright, that was definitely almost not worth it at all. The OKs are not doing me any favors right now. Alright, we're chill. We're chilling. We're big chillin' now. Where the heck am I supposed to be going? There it is. Perfect landings. I should get something for all of these perfect landings. Where are my items at? Item shop. Damn. I always, like, maybe I shouldn't be doing, like, it all in one big succession, and I should actually be choosing my roguelike correctly. But then again, this is just fun playing like this. I love my roguelike games. If only I was better at some of them. Oh god. You are joking that it hit me. I thought I was free. I thought I was past it. Oh well. There goes one of my lives. I thought I was past it. Oh well. We lock the fuck back in. This time I'm going past it. Oh my. I'm speed. I am speed. I am speed incarnate. Boost, please. So many close calls. I'm so fucking fast right now. Woo! You see that shit? That was awesome. Alright, who cares if we've lost a... Oh shit, shop. Who needs anything? On 100 meters, gain 12 sparks. On close call, gain 4 energy. That would be useful. Screw it. Who needs health? We have now on spark pickup, gain boost. And also, something else that I don't remember what it was. But check this fucking shit out. Big fucking boost. Oh shit. Oh, energy. On close call, gain energy. I'm so fucking fast. Haha! Look at this shit! I'm so fast! Haha! Oh god. Oh yeah, no, I'm fine. Vibes. Vibes. Whew. I'm gonna S-rank this shit. I'm insane. I'm insane for that. Holy shit. A new item. On close call, restore 3 health! Wait, this is the other thing. I could be so fast. I'm gonna be so fucking fast. Oh, you again. Zoe, get back. Niata! I'll protect you. Niata, I don't think... Leave her alone! There, it's gone. Niata, it wasn't gonna hurt me. Niata! Just wants to show me things. How do you know? It doesn't speak. I've met it before. It's just showing me bugs and flowers. Oh, hello. What were you looking for out there? The source. The source? There's a source for all this? The machinery. Someone was prepared for this. You think they did this? Who else? What do they want? Exploitation. I think I saw their leader once. What are they like? Eyes devoid of hope. You'll see her out there too. I'd rather not. I can't believe there were people out there planning for the end of the world. I think we've met her already. Did I just take damage on the fucking campfire? Did I just walk into that? Oh wait, I got an extra heart from that. From this break area. Alright, I just have to get some close calls and we speed the fuck up. I'm so slow right now. Alright, we lock the fuck in. Whoa. Alright, we bowl. Shit, I'm alive. We take these. I love holding W as if it's going to do anything. The big boost. Yeah, B rank is fine with me, I guess. B rank. What am I gonna do? What is the point of all these sparks? Oh, it's this dude again. It's a beautiful butterfly. Can you speak at all? Yes, actually, I can speak just fine. Do you understand what I'm saying? I suppose not. If you know our way out of here, could you wave for me? Like this? Do you know, or are you just copying me? I'm sorry, but I'll have to get going. Oh. Whoa, not that way? This way instead? Okay, thank you, I think. Bye! Okay, interesting. Oh shit, the store. What? Wait, that's the thing I already have that. Wait, these are things I could get 20% boost for 2 seconds. Oh my god, I've got 3 of them! I've got 3 of these things! You guys see that shit? I have 3 of these! I'm gonna get so much boost. Just for doing some close calls. What the hell? That was the power of the sun! Guys, I'm gonna game so fucking hard. I'm not even joking. What the hell? Oh my god, I'm purple! I had purple shoes! I'm so fucking fast right now. Oh. Oh, it's nice running through like a bunch of things. You get so much boost. Look at that, S rank. I had purple shoes for a second. That's awesome. What's this dude again? You following me? You have something you want me to look at? This butterfly? Is there something special about it? Do they not have butterflies where you come from? Hey, don't eat it! That was close. It's very fragile. Thank you for showing me. I'm Zoe. I suppose you might not have a name. No. Who is this? Who is bro? Boost. Close call. God, the amount of close calls you get from just running through this place is crazy. Airtime! What the fuck?! Why did I just... They just fucking pierced the heavens. Whoa. Why did I just do like the fucking Brian Griffin? What the fuck? Oh, it's happening again! No, it's fine actually. I'm chill. I'm chill with it. They can't stop me. Hell yeah. So S rank, I get 150 of the things. To the limit. Niada thinks Zoe is ready for a new kind of training. Something far stronger. It is time! 20% boost? Yeah, fuck it. I'll lose a life. I've got 2 lives. Oh, my shoes are my shoes constantly orange now? That's awesome. On Spark, pick up 1% energy. On Perfect Landings, 3% health. I got I don't know what I would want to do. Oh, you're kidding. That could be so good. Close call items are triggered an extra time after 0.5 seconds. 60% boost. That would have been so good. That could have been awesome. Wait, I'm at the fucking boss? What? Snake? Where? I think I see it. Oh yeah, no, I see it. How do I... Ow. Oh my god. What? What do I do? I don't actually know what I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna lose because I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Maybe I should have grabbed something that recovered health. Oh wait, yeah. I have to hit like... Do I have to get on it? Oh yeah, okay, thanks. I'm so fast. Snake, get the fuck back here, dude. Oh my god, it was so worth it. It was so worth it. It was so worth it. Hey, do you mind? Do you think I could hit it again? If I tried really hard? Oh, it's gonna hit me! Apparently! First try! What the fuck? I thought I was gonna die! I thought it was so over! Holy shit. Instant compensation machine. That's awesome. I may have had 2 deaths, but that's fine. What can I say? I'm kind of gaming. Alrighty. What a video game. Haste is balling. Beware! There's danger about. What? Where? Is it people from the agency? Something strange and dangerous that wishes us ill. Like people from the agency? Something like that terrible wraith! Oh, it's bro. Oh, it's harmless actually, I think. Is that so? Then why is it following me? Maybe it's just trying to be friendly. Get away, beast! I don't think I've ever seen the captain afraid before. It's not your fault. Hey, I think Niada would like you. You're You're just as talkative as her. No, fuck. Damn. That's like a roast. Oh, I stopped. I took a break. Or dude just wants friends. Stop moving. Stop moving. Huge. Oh my god, I can talk to like a bunch. Oh wait, yeah, these are like the people that are like, hey, you got goods for me. Whoa, what is that? It's for me, but you need anti-sparks for it to work? Oh, what? Would 2,000 be enough? I don't know what you were asking, but I don't have the ability to do anything. It's a lot of work keeping track of everything you do. Oh yeah, that's right. You do that. How do I upgrade my stuff again? Is it you? Oh, this is a poncho. No, I don't want the sage's cowl. Fuck the sage's cowl. How do I upgrade my stuff? Who is it again? Is it you? We found traces of so many things to manifest. Oh, this is unlocked items. Who the fuck are you? Scritch, scritch, snoot. Oh, look at you! I've never seen a weebo dressed up like this. Snoo. Did Ryza do this? Scree. Oh, I guess not. The cap? Scree. I'll stop asking. Snoot. You don't like my clothes? Scritch, scritch. You have new ones for me? Snoot. This couldn't possibly be Neoda's doing, could it? Scree. What? Luigi? Luigi hat? Totally accurate. Supersonic. Oh my god, I got outfits. Shadow the Hedgehog! Holy fuck. Shadow the Hedgehog. Oh, Zoe 64 looks awesome. Alright. We gotta Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm Shadow. I'm Shadow. Shadow the Hedgehog. Is it the captain? Always. Yes, it is the captain. Okay, I found it. Starting sparks. Item rarity, max energy. I don't know. I'm Shadow. The ultimate mail courier. I head in this direction. Hell yeah. Alright, we'll do number 5. We do number 5. Shard 5. This game slaps. Alright. Oh my god. What happened to the music? Whoa! Okay. Shit's go- Maybe I should be paying more attention. Hey, this slaps. Woohoo! I am, however, running a D at the minute, so I don't know how to change that, really. Just kind of keep running. Oh, I'm alive. Baby. Boost! Alright, who cares? We're bowling. So, I want to grab... Oh, a C! Holy shit. I want to grab as many sparks as I possibly can to get items. Alright, maybe this time I'm actually gonna, like, pay attention to where I'm going. So, like, we'll go this one. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and actually do, like, the roguelike shit. Is there a game that you guys would really want me to see? Really want to see me play? Because I'm down for that, for suggestions for 1.2. And it would probably have to be a game I've never played before. What the hell is this shit? Yee. Woo. We take those. We boost. Cactus! Double cactus! Fuck. I just got double cactus. Owie. 420. Hey! Yippee! Alright, we bowl. So we went from, like, the snow area to a desert. I should have just gone through. This is terribly slow. I might lose because of that. Give me a second. Oh! I'm alive! Somehow! The music is kind of, like, scaring me because I'm somehow alive right now. I feel like I almost just died. Can I go through that? Yes, I can. Woo! I'm alive. No, I thought I went through it. Damn. I see how it is. All right, we lock the fuck back in. All right. Oh, you're joking. All right. I started leaning in. Holy shit. I unconsciously started leaning in. You're joking with that. I'm not jumping high enough. I'm not locked in, guys. I'm not locked in. Are you fucking with me right now? I was about to die again. I'm going to die again? Okay, I'm fine. We are dead. I got really unlucky with that. First failed shard, I think. Was that the first time I failed a shard? Difficulty spike? Question mark. I wasn't ready for that, I'll be real. Oh, you're here too? This is surprisingly stable, whatever this place is. Yeah, some kind of amalgamation of worlds. Did you make this? How could I have made this? Beats me, but it wouldn't have been the strangest thing to happen recently. I don't care for it. I go in. You can... There's random seeds? You can choose the seed? That's crazy. That's awesome, actually. Alright, we lock the fuck back in. I can't believe that I died in a shard now. Oh well, I guess. What the hell is going on? Alright, I'm locking the fuck back in. I was not ready for it, I guess. Ooh, I'm alive. Whoa! How would I have seen that? Oh, we take those. But does nobody have a cool idea for what I should play for 1.2? I'm putting it out there because I have no idea. Alright, we try and run it back. We run it back. We run it back. We are running it back. We run this shit back. You could play New Vegas. I could play a Fallout game. Oh shit, we're railing. Let's go! Rail mode. Rail. We do go up. What the fuck? I'm dying? I went too high. I'm still dying! No! Otherwise, you played most games I love? That's fair. Alright, this time, I'm getting off the wild ride there. Play Skyrim? I mean, yeah, I could. Somebody wants me to play video games. 1.2. I'm giving you the ability to make me choose a video game to play. And I've been suggested a Fallout game and Skyrim. Both of games which I've never really played before. Nuki was here, they would say Oblivion. But they're not. Let me look through my Steam wishlist. Well, I mean, you could make me play fucking, like, Lies of P or anything. You know? I also say Oblivion. Well, look. 1.2, and it's only one game. You get to choose the game that I play. It's like the PAX cosplay, except, like, way more personal, because, like, there's a bunch of people that want me to play certain games. But I have to hit 1.2, and it'd be a vote. But I'm down for doing, like, a game vote, if we hit 1.2. You play VR chat with us? I'm... Oh, shit! What? I fell in the hole! I shouldn't have gone so far up. It's been a while since I've played VR chat. Damn, I can't even get past, like... What is this? What happened? Is this, like, a difficulty spike? You play Uber Boost, the horse game, Oblivion? Hi, Nuki. We were just talking about you. The horse game. The horse game. 64 bits. I've been summoned. Yeah, I'm not surprised you've been summoned. I wonder who summoned you. But I was just saying, if we hit 1.2, I'm down for, like, chat to do a... Pick the game that I play next. You play Spiral Knights with me? Well, look, it's one game, and it has to be chosen by chat. But that's gonna be my 1.2. We go from cool FNAF games to, just, like, anything. Anything that I probably own at the time. You know, like, I actually probably would own the game that chat chooses. I think New Vegas would be good, actually, so you can enjoy all the references in Fallout Season 2. Yeah, but there's no guarantee I'm gonna get it done before Fallout Season 2, you know? Like, yeah, maybe I play Fallout, finally. But that's not up to me. That's up to chat. Oh my god, rails again! Finally. I can enjoy myself once again. Speed! Heh. I love getting on those rails. Did I not? Oh, you're kidding! my toe! I just got nipped by a cactus! My freaking toe! Like Zoinks, man, my toe! Why is there always bitches in front of me? Ow. Go faster! Oh, huge. I don't care if I got the okay. Whee. I'm glad we share brain. It doesn't come out till mid-December. Yeah. How long is Fallout? How long is Fallout New Vegas? It could be a really long game. Sparks! Zoe almost stumbles off a cliff when Niada surprises her right after a portal. She has found a place with lots of sparks within easy reach. Well, maybe not easy. Anything to get more sparks. Gain 300 sparks, 25% to lose 50% health. Nah, I'll just collect the safe ones. One does not simply win Fallout, right? Again, I'm not a Fallout gamer. I don't know what Fallout... Like, what do you mean? How do I complete Fallout? How do I play Fallout to the extent? Got multiple endings, but you could 100% finish it by December. That depends. You're researching the end of the universe, right? Yeah, we've discovered a bunch of stuff. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm probably better equipped to answer than anybody else outside the agency. What caused it to happen? Well, there's some deep disturbances, like waves in space-time. No, what started it? What set it off? When these disturbances cause distances in space and time, since they're the same, to become too great, these cracks, you don't actually know? Yes! We don't actually know. Why are you a different color, by the way? Because I'm Shadow the Hedgehog, the best male courier. There's costumes in this game. On enter fragment gain 125 sparks. That's crazy. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get Why the fuck? Oh, I was like, why the fuck is it like thing? There's costumes now? Yes. I'm Shadow the Hedgehog. Where's that damn fourth spark? But yeah, I am down to play a Fallout game. I probably would end up playing a Fallout game regardless. I just haven't had the time or the effort to do that. You know, like, they're big games. All things considered. But yeah. I feel like I would have to play it. Maybe not on stream. But again, 1.2. Make me play a video game. Chat chooses the video game that I play. Just saying. Make me play New Vegas. Make me play something actually good, please. Well, I guess debatably, because, you know, maybe I might hate it and everybody else loves it. Or I love it and everybody else hates it. But, like, you can make me play Dark Souls. I didn't promise it was good. That's what I was expecting. What are these? Man, I'm doing way... I'm doing, like... I did better when I didn't choose where I was going. I just need more items, you know? What the fuck? These are boosts! Oh, my goodness. No, I don't want anything to do with those. We hit that shit. Whoa, what the fuck? Alright, I'm alive. Tanuki and I like it, so... yeah. That's what I'm saying. I might hate it, and you might love it, or something. So, who knows? But, 1.2. You get to beat Funny Guy. What does that mean? What does that mean? You get to meet Funny Guy. I don't know Funny Guy. There's this guy in Fallout New Vegas who's funny. Okay, interesting. I only have one item. This is not going very well. What the hell is this? I'm very slow right now. I'm going to be losing soon. Oh no. Boost, please. That's a freaking black hole! Ah! I'm so dead. It's so over. Chat, it's Jova. Chat, it's Jova! It's Jova! It's not Jova! It's not! It's not Jova! It's actually so good! We're so back! Holy fuck. I admit I don't know very much about New Vegas, actually. Well, I don't know anything, so... we'll take the cooldown, I guess. And I'll go to the item shop, because I've got sparks for it now. What you got? Egg. Adrenaline sounds like a good plan. I need more shit for, like, speed. I need speed. I require speed. Like, everything else is, like, fine, I guess. But, like, I need the speed boost. Like, yeah, I could get one that, like, replenishes my health every time I pick up a spark. But it sounds like a terrible idea. I almost lost really badly. Woo. We don't. We take those. Have you ever seen a gamer so gaming before? I bet you haven't. Oh, That was close. What? Oh my god, there was 2 gaps. I do like the fact that my close calls give me energy to boost on out of there. Yippee. We're bringing it back. We're bringing it back. What can I say? We're bringing it back. I don't know how long today's stream is going to go for. This was, like, not meant to be a proper stream segment, I guess you could call it. But I'm having fun. I'm just very tired after work today, so, like, it might be a shorter stream than usual, which, you know, that's fair. Woo! How am I gonna... I'm alive?! Alright. What the fuck was that? Can I just say I'm a gamer and leave it at that? Because I have no idea what to even call that right now. Speed. Oh, hey. The ending. The exit. Whew. B rank. I'm getting a B rank for that performance? Did you see me almost die? I think I deserve more than a B rank. Excuse me, game. Oh. Mine carts. Or whatever this is. Oh, yes. Tough critics, right? Oh my goodness, I'm so fast. It was so worth getting on that. Boost. Oh, okay, no, I fell off, it's fine. Speed! What, is there like is there an achievement for getting the fastest speed? I feel like there should be. I feel like there has to be like an achievement for getting really fast speed. I'm gonna go this way because there's a campfire or whatever there. And I got items. Momentum recalibrator, adrenaline. I already have an adrenaline. Do I want another one for the energy boost? Probably not. Nah. Oh, these are all ass. Never mind. We got the shortcut again. We got the boost back, baby. Hell yeah. This is awesome. We're boosting once again. On those close calls. We're so back. Boost. Whoa, what the hell? My game just lagged and there were like missiles? It was crazy. Where did these guys come from? More of them! Okay, I found out where they came from. There's more of them. Oh, they're actual missile launchers. I see. My goodness, they're trying to hit me. These missiles are trying to kill me! Not good. Hell yeah. How do you think all this started? With small cracks, slowly getting bigger. No. I mean, at the very beginning. Something has to have started it, right? Maybe they were there from the beginning. The beginning? Small cracks, growing wider. And no one knew till now? Maybe. I mean, you did just kind of go through the world over and over again, so maybe it's your fault. Click. Hello. Zoe. Ah, you know my name? I also know you have a lot of questions. Well, that one's pretty easy to guess. I didn't cause this. All of this. The end of the world? Yes. I don't think I can convince you, but I am helping. You're with the agency. Goodbye. Goodbye. Wait, who are you? Ava. Ava? Or, you know, I'm pretty sure Ava. That would be how you pronounce that. So I can hit 2 of these, then it's a shop, then it's a question mark. I feel like we just go for it, you know? We don't have a lot of stuff. We do not have a lot of items, all things considered. But who needs items when you've got everything, all of the items that you have already? Fuck it, we ball exactly. I have the energy for this. And the mouse sensitivity. Jesus, fuck. My aim training. I don't actually have aim training. I've never aim trained in my life. All things considered, I'm pretty bad at aiming. I'm good at predicting where to go, though. Yippee! Look at that shit. That was the easiest level of my life! So good. This shop? Aim trading? I don't even know her. I hardly know her. Crushed it. I did. This is the last time I'm gonna be able to get this. Big spark magnet. Do I have... Can I check my... I can. Do I have a... It's just 2 on close calls. 3 on close calls and a cooldown. Would I have... I technically do have enough. Growth potential. Spark pickup range. There's no point in me getting spark pickup range. Wow, these are all shit. Do it again. Fuck it. The perpetual motion machine. A rare sighting, a shadow passes in a long jump between 2 distant floating rocks. The leap is unmistakable. It's Niada. However, by the time Zoe gets to where she was, the only trace is a small bag. Has it been left for her or simply discarded? A random item. Wait, that's actually goated. Impulse. I can take damage and not get hit for like half a second. Oh shit, it's Convoy! I remember this one. Guys, it's fucking Convoy. They got fuck-ass lasers. Oh my goodness. Alright. Jesus Christ! Alright, we bowl. Okay, we take these. Boost! Okay, yeah, get hit by the cactus, thanks. There are so many fucking lasers. There are so many lasers! Don't get hit. Alright, you know what? We're so fucking back, actually. You seeing this shit? And time. I can just fly! Okay. That boss was way easier than I thought it would be. Holy shit, I balled. Heart-shaped mirror. What could I say? Oh, I unlocked a new outfit, Weebo. Weebo. Hell yeah. Shadow. Daro, I did it. I made it through. You did something alright. I just run, kapow! I'm proud of you. I was so scared, but then bam! That big ugly thing was scared instead. Unfortunately, you are also still here. What do you mean? I thought the end of the shard might lead you away from here, to somewhere better. I wouldn't leave without you, no matter how. No matter how old I am. Don't you dare! My noble sacrifice means more than that. My hypothetical noble sacrifice, that is. But for now, I suppose our exploration continues. I feel like that was supposed to be played on the first one, not the 5th one, where I've gone in and out of like a bunch of them already. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. That definitely looks like the last one. Okie dokie, do you have something for me, Captain? Well, I mean, you definitely do. But, is there a reason for me to have anything extra? You know, I'm not really using energy. I use it, item rarity maybe? Or sparks? We upgrade. I don't have a lot of starting sparks. Alright, I think I'll do one more. And I'll be able to just relax and stuff today. I've been very unrelaxed recently, so I'm going to probably take the rest of the day to just relax. And then tomorrow we're playing Civ with the Pog SMP. I think it's Civ 6. So that'll be interesting, to say the least. I think I'm gonna get my ass handed to me, and I gotta make sure that we all know the rules, the rule set. Man, it feels really weird to not be like speeding through these. Please. Or like get a sort of understanding of like, don't make it take 5 hours. You know, nobody wants to sit on a Civ game for 5 hours. Especially when you are trying to do other stuff. But I'll probably have a donation incentive tomorrow where you can donate to name my cities. Or, you know, something like that. I'm not exactly sure. Because I don't really name my cities ever. We'll go this way. I'm already... Oh! I'm already speed! I know it says I'm rank E, but like, who cares? Because I'm speed as fuck right now. Whoa. I'm living. I don't know how I just did that. They go fucking everywhere. Boost! What do I do with this fucking energy? You know, I'm kind of just using it in scenarios where I think I need to be a little bit more flat. We'll lock the fuck in. I just gotta get like as many sparks as I can to use them at the shops. I need to play more roguelikes. Guys, would you be interested in watching me play roguelikes? Because I used to play like a lot of Isaac. Yes? Okay, awesome. Like I used to play a lot of Binding of Isaac back in the day. I haven't played it a lot since like, you know, I stopped going to high school. But all things considered, that game was so good. I've also played some Hades. I'm trying to think of like a bunch of roguelikes that I've played. I'm very bad at thinking of games on the spot. I'm not the best at them, but I'm also not terrible. Lose 50 health on okay landing or worse? Nuh-uh. Skateboard! I thought that was a skateboard that's actually wings. I feel like on run 100 meters gain 5% energy is kind of like ass. Oh my god. On close call invulnerability for 3.3 seconds is crazy. That would be better. But, you know, on close call I think works better. The agency is onto Zoe. They're holding nothing back. Run! The challenge. What's the challenge? Survive? Survive? I'm surviving. Oh wait, no, this is actually, this is just easy. I don't mind surviving. I can survive this shit. Survive. Me playing Halo. Nah, it's just a lot of dodging. I haven't even taken damage. I survived. I did it. I beat a challenge. 500 sparks. Not bad. Oh, and now I'm doing the hard one. Guys, I'm really good at this game. Don't let my prior don't let my prior losses prove otherwise. Oh god, it's right behind me, isn't it? Boost, please. I don't care that I got hit. I gotta get the fuck out of here. I kind of see the lines. Kind of. I hate it when it's like these purple things, though. I think this is the worst one. I couldn't say where I was going, but I'll take it anyway. We run it back. See that shit? We've run it back. We have already run it back. Like, the end should be right. I was about to say right there. Yippee! And it was a C rank. After all that. I do like the fact that I get an item from this. What is 100% luck? I feel like 10% boost is just better in general. I'm gonna go that way. Why do I always have the urge to just press the fucking W key? Like, that's crazy. Whoa, I'm already like S ranked. That's crazy. Just because I have the 10% boost. I could have made it the whole way, probably, but I didn't want to risk it. Oh, look at all those perfect landings. And all of those near misses that are definitely, like, struggling. Or close calls. They're not near misses. I guess they're the same thing, right? Look at this shit. I'm balling. Maybe on half health and will probably die if I get hit by something, but I'm balling. S. S, baby, S. Alright, this is what I was looking for. What the fuck? On perfect landing, -1 to all cooldowns? Wait, that's so good? That's also good? Shit. Do I have any, like, timing? No, so that would be better for me. That would be way better for me. The Wraith approaches Zoe like a cold gust of wind. Shadows swirl around it as it opens two of its hands in front of her. 25% boost, -50 max health. Or 100% max health, -10 boost. So basically, I would just have... Is this temporary? That just kind of cancelled it out. Oh, I get double their health. You know, that makes more sense. I have 200 health. I would have had 50, and that would have been fine, because I don't really have any way of healing right now. I also, like, screwed myself over with that boost, I think. Maybe? Am I still just goated? Oh boy. What the fuck is this? Interesting. I think I played it. I think I played the correct call there. Did you see that? Did you fucking see that? That was awesome. Yo, I think I didn't get hit because of my invulnerability. I'm bowling. I'm gaming. It's happening. Another one. I'm so locked in. I go this way. Look at all the sparks that I'm getting. I've discovered that the sparks is what I need. For goods. And lava. So good. A rank. I'm gonna have so many sparks. This is crazy. Hey, Daro? Yes, Sapling? I used to think that maybe the agency was at fault for the end of the universe. But you don't think that, do you? I think they're making a bad situation worse, if that helps. But no, how could they, if they knew? Do you think that this is a natural process? This is just how everything was always meant to be? Or end? Everything in nature has a beginning and an end. Every plant eventually decays to give way to the new. Even rocks eventually get sanded down. That's a scary thought. Doesn't have to be. Although when it's the entire universe, it's hard to see the upsides. And it doesn't mean that we should be giving up. A tree knocked over by a storm sometimes still keeps growing. We'll keep going and find our way through. Yeah, I guess we have to. That's it. You'll be an old oak like me someday, Sapling. I hope. And we're back at the shop again. You got anything for me? Absolute trash. What's that? On taking damage, gain 10 sparks. I don't want to do that. I already have that. Hey, 10% boost. We got 20% boost, or, you know, whatever my boost is now. We could just click and go. I need a way to heal. I haven't healed yet. I don't think I'm going to. I think it's over for me, chat. For my health. And the ice spikes cometh. Whoa, that's a big ass hand. Oh yeah, I get boost for like activating these. I forgot. Or is it boost or is it energy? I don't remember. Well, it doesn't matter because I'm here anyway. Oh my god, banger. I got an achievement. Run 500 kilometers. Say, Sapling, I have a question for you. Do you think I can answer? Oh, there are many things I think you can answer. I'm not sure anyone has a good sense of things these days as you do. I'm just running. And when you're running, have you noticed how time doesn't quite seem to make sense? Oh yeah, I have. For me, a minute is a minute and an hour is an hour. But then for you, sometimes hours have passed in one of my minutes, or a minute in one of my hours. Yes, it isn't flowing right. That's what I've been thinking about. Why is it like that? Well, Sapling, I haven't got the faintest idea. We are the solution to fixing this. Time dilation, or whatever the fuck. Alright, let's fucking bowl. Speed mode. What are these, like, water fountains? What the fuck? This seems like a terrible idea. Oh, I did not mean to stay on that for as long as I did, but who cares? I'm surprised I just didn't die from the damage. Oh, I'm taking this one straight to the end. Maybe. Bad idea. Holy crap. What the fuck? That was crazy. That was speed. I talked to Dara about how time seems all messed up. Have you experienced it too? Yes. It makes sense. Huh? The whole problem is that it doesn't make sense at all. Worlds fall apart and get smashed together. Why wouldn't time as well? Time falling apart and being smashed together? It's kind of scary. What if it just stops working one day? What if the ground breaks apart under your feet? Huh? You think they're the same? At least they're not so different. Well, you wouldn't know if time stopped because you exist with time. Hey, would you say that time isn't acting normally? Sure, that's most of what we're researching if I think about it. Do you know why? The general collapse of space-time is a pretty likely culprit. Things are just not fitting together the way they used to. As though there are multiple layers of space-time, all trying to occupy the same space. What? Delete. It's like if you have many pages of paper lying on top of each other. You put pressure in a spot. The top page will deform to give way, and that will push the pages beneath it. The disturbance at the top then causes smaller disturbance in every page below it, smaller and smaller the further down you look. And the top page is all of space and time? All the pages are different layers of space and time. Timelines instead of layers, I suppose. But one thing happens in one place, and it affects all the others, even if only a little. But right now they're affecting each other a lot. Exactly, so the disturbance must be something very big. Like if the pages are being pushed through a tiny hole all at once. That would really scrunch up the papers. We've probably gone through something like that. Oh no, the entire universe is being scrunched through a tiny hole? Not literally, but yes! I think I need to lie down for a second. Was it something I said? Was it something I said? Oh my god. More spark boost? Yeah. So much spark boost. I love spark boost. My shoes are fucking glowing. I just wish I had somewhere to heal, because I'm currently on, like, 30 health, or whatever the fuck. Oh shit, okay. This seems like a great idea. You take those. I want it up there. Yep, okay, we're balling. Look at that energy! I could just do that. Okay. I actually survived going through one of those for once. Maybe I shouldn't have risked it. That was probably the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life in this game. But it's fine. 'Cause we finish. Oh, 200% item rarity? Oh, what's the fuck? On close call, all non-perfect landings become perfect for 0.5 seconds. That could be really good. Sure. Yeah, I got time, I think. I'm not even sure what time is right now. We thought you might like to hear our current theory. Does it make things less confusing? Not in the slightest! We were talking about how something might be causing all of our space-time instances, or space-time timelines, to be intermixed. The one about papers scrunched through a hole. So I was thinking that since the universe is usually causal, but now is all now scrunched up, there's a likely cause. That all these mixed up timelines are diverging from a specific point in space-time. So the universe is untangling itself. Everything was forced to have one shared event, and then as more and more causal events happened, we're seeing all these timelines gradually diverge from each other. So the bad part is behind us, and now everything will slowly return to normal? Yeah, I wouldn't go that far either. The universe trends towards chaos, not stability. Any stability at all is a bit of a miracle, if we're being honest, a temporary anomaly. So scrunched up timelines isn't a sign that things are going back to normal. But of everything getting worse? I no longer know why we thought this would make you feel better. Me neither. I love that everything now is just like timelines and like we have hit like, why is this happening? Of the game. Wait, this is gonna give me so much fucking... Whoa! What the fuck was that? That was awesome. Get off. I wanted to get off. I wanted to get off your wild ride. It didn't let me get off your wild ride. Uh-oh. No, I'm fine. Maybe? Ow. How am I just... Oh, I was about to say, how am I not dead? There we go. That's fine. I don't mind that. That was wicked. I know, right? I don't mind dying there, because now I get my health back. But all of these sparks give me the energy that I need to keep going. Whoa, close call. What the hell just happened? Oh, I made it. Shit! Wait, do you want to go to a Ren Fair next year? Maybe? I guess, if you're going. Gannon DeLille told me that the entire universe is going to keep collapsing, everything breaking apart forever. I've heard their theories as well. I just don't know what to do with something like that. It's just so much bigger than us. It's hopeless, isn't it? Oh my god, the fall at the end? Shh. But I wouldn't put too much stock in it. You think they're wrong? I don't know what they'd be right about. Quite a lot of stuff. Is the answer, do you want to go somewhere, always going to be if you're going? Yes. I like hanging out with my friends. They talk about timelines diverging, but how does that make any sense? Well, it made sense while they were explaining it. Think about what we're seeing. There's more and more weird time stuff happening, not less. That's true. So they're wrong about the universe drifting apart like that. And if they can't even see what's actually happening around them, who knows what else they're wrong about? Amazing prices get announced at the end of the week? Awesome. So I shouldn't feel bad about everything drifting into nothingness. I'll just feel bad about not knowing what's going on at all instead. Oh yeah, shop time. You've talked to the old lady, huh? Daro, I talk to her all the time. Oh, I meant about my theories, timelines diverging and such. Yeah, she wasn't very convinced. She's rarely convinced. Yes, and as much as I'm reluctant to admit it, she has a point. There were some holes in my theory. I think I have a theory, actually. You have a theory? Yeah, if that's allowed. If it's allowed? I'd love to hear it. Well, if the universe is like pages of paper being squished together, and it's not because we've all already been squished through a hole that's bunching us together, then maybe it's because we're still being squished towards the hole. And there we have it. To put it in slightly more technical terms, instead of our timelines diverging to a point, we're converging on something. Do you think that could be it? Let's think about it and see. Take some time to reflect on what the logical consequences of that would be, and see if it matches up to reality. At least one of our realities. Flashback would be so good. Why are these all, like, terrible? Oh, well now I don't have anything for anything. And now I'm broke. Yippee! Alright, we're battling. Oh, it's Snake again. Oh, it's Snake again. Shit, guys. It's Snake again. Yeah. Oh, it's right there! I don't know what to do. I'm having difficulty with Snake. Alright, we bowl. Die, asshole. Please die. Thank you. The bosses of each shard remain the same. Well, I've never done this shard before. Where is Snake? Over there. Never mind, I know nothing. It would make sense that all the bosses stay the same, but I've never done this shard before, so I have no idea what's going on. Alright, we're back. We're back on Snake. Get the fuck back here, dude. Alright, it's not as hard as I thought it was. I'll be real. Whoa, I'm on, like, the side of it. Alright, one more hit, and it should be good. I'd like to think I'm pretty decent at not getting hit by these, like, things, but it is kind of difficult to, like, dodge this shit at the same time. But, this is time. What can I say? Kinda ballin'. You did it? I did do it. I didn't know that I was going to do it, but I did it. So I beat 4 shards today. That's pretty good, all things considered. Number 6. I believe there's 10 in this game. I know that. Have you seen the people with the strange machines out there? Yes, do you know what they're doing? They're not very friendly. Their machines seem to have something to do with the collapse. Could they be behind this? At this point, I don't know what to think. Boost. Yeah, I think now I will end it so I can have a nice relaxing break, because everybody needs some mental health relaxation, and today is mine. But first, was there a thing that I... Aha, you've got a question mark. You know, Dara seems very upset with you. Do you maybe want to talk to her? It's not a no, so I think that if you told her that you're enough, this is about more than what happened just now. What is it about then? I don't understand you two. I don't want things to be like this. She thinks I'm running away from my duty. Once again. I probably shouldn't ask, but is that what you were doing? No! I don't think so. Not this time. Then there's nothing to fight about. Try telling her that. Is she going to let me? Wait. No? Okay, I don't know where she is. Hey. Hello, Captain. Hello, Captain. Hello, Capitan. Where she's right there. No, but she didn't have a question mark above her name. So it's fine. Well, anyway. Like, that's what I was referring to. Stop. Anyway, I'm done for the day. Tomorrow we will be playing Civ with the Pog. Yeah, that is tomorrow, right? Make sure I remember everything. I wanted a small stream today just so I could relax and recover. But yeah, Pog. And then I'll be playing Mario 64. That will be fun. Make sure to join in for that, because that's going to be an interesting sort of challenge. We've got the Shadow Generations race at 1 PM on Saturday. And I need to think of something to do on the Sunday. So, stick around. Donate money. 1.1k, I'll play all the FNAF games. And then 1.2, I will play a game that you, chat, decides. You get to decide it. You decide the game. But get me to 1.2 first. I need to think of other stretch goals. But